Sexual fantasy. When does it become a psychological disorder? Deep within the human psyche reside desires and imaginations, some natural and familiar, others that raise concern and unease. Sexual fantasy or erotic imagination is neither rare nor inherently deviant. In fact, it is considered a normal part of human experience for many. It serves as a private space where a person may express their desires or escape the monotony of daily life. But the more important question remains: when is sexual fantasy just a harmless thought, and when does it slip into the realm of psychological disorder? Sexual fantasy, in its basic form, is not harmful. In some therapeutic contexts, it's even used to alleviate psychological stress or address emotional numbness. However, the matter does not always remain within this safe framework. When fantasies become a constant form of escape from reality, or when they become compulsive and intrusive, or involve themes of harm or unnatural behavior, we may be dealing with a deviation that requires attention. From a psychological standpoint, experts observe that sexual fantasy turns into a disorder when it becomes excessive and dominates a person's thoughts to the extent that it interferes with their daily responsibilities or undermines their ability to maintain a healthy, real-life relationship. A person might even become addicted to such thoughts, replacing reality with imagined scenarios, becoming stuck in a loop that only deepens with time. Some fantasies go beyond the bounds of moral and religious acceptability, such as those involving violence, humiliation, or forbidden relations. Many assume that keeping these thoughts private causes no harm. However, the truth is that frequent repetition of such fantasies gradually reprograms the mind, making it responsive only to these extreme images while numbing its ability to find pleasure in normal or permissible situations. More dangerously, some individuals do not stop at fantasy. They attempt to bring their imaginations into reality. Here lies the real crisis. Fantasy becomes a driving force for deviant behavior, such as voyeurism, harassment, or even assault, especially when it feeds on forbidden or unethical elements. At this stage, immediate psychological intervention becomes necessary, as the person is no longer merely trapped in thought, but has become a potential threat to themselves and others. From an Islamic perspective, merely having a fleeting thought is not a sin, but the religion encourages self-discipline, lowering the gaze and controlling one's imagination when it oversteps its bounds. A fantasy may be the seed of an action, even if it is not yet an action itself. Thus, purifying the soul, diverting the gaze, and occupying the heart with what is beneficial are among the most effective ways to protect oneself from slipping into danger. Scientifically, psychiatric medicine acknowledges that treatment is possible. Some people suffer from compulsive sexual thoughts, but with cognitive behavioral therapy, they can rewire their thinking patterns and regain control. Others may require medication to manage their impulses. There is no shame in seeking help. The true danger lies in accepting a harmful pattern that robs one of their mental balance. Socially, the widespread availability of provocative content and open pornography has significantly contributed to fueling this kind of fantasy. Images and scenes creep into the mind, feed imagination, and reshape desires in distorted ways. This highlights the critical role of family upbringing, responsible media, and internal discipline, not just to prevent deviant behavior, but to cultivate balanced individuals who value psychological purity and moral elevation. In conclusion, sexual fantasy is not inherently shameful, but it becomes a psychological disorder when it disrupts one's balance, isolates them, or pushes them toward dangerous behavior. Moderation, awareness, and seeking support from God and from qualified professionals are the keys to overcoming this challenge and attaining a healthier, more peaceful emotional and mental state. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel to get our latest videos.